Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're going to be removing this big pop-up target assembly on the Gold Strike. So first thing we're going to do is get these coils off. All they are is 4 screws. As you can see, I got marked blue here. I don't know if you can see that? Right along the top. We just put a blue line with a marker, so when I take it apart, I can put it back in the exact same spot. These screws come out real easy. We're going to take the coils off and the switches off. And this machine will be, the bank will come out real super easy. It'll come out in one big assembly. We can take it and clean it. There's one coil, we'll put it right there. We'll go on the other side here and get on this coil. There's just 4 screws on each coil bracket that hold the coils on. And when we put it back together, we'll take the coils apart and put new sleeves in them. What's nice about these assemblies, they come out real easy. I don't have to look for that washer or put a new washer on when I put it back together. Okay, now let's get the switch off here. And what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Between 4 and 5, the switch will go. I don't have my phone with me down here to look at it, but I have the video to rewind. So just remember, between 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, this will go. Screwdriver is almost too big, it keeps bumping into the switch. Once it's staying there, so we'll just leave it. That should be a wear mark there. Alright, we're on the other side. And we'll have to take this plate off, but since we're over here, we will pull these screws out. These are the screws. There's 3 screws on each side that holds this giant target bank to the playfield. There goes that washer, it's right there. Right by my awesome Crocs. Crocs are comfortable, I don't care what you say. Alright, then we got some screws back here. Oh, these are loose. Oh, it's nice when they're loose. Just put them all right here. Yeah, one's loose too. They're loose and they got lock washers on them. Figure that one out. Yep. It's like somebody put it together and just forgot to tighten it. And then I gotta take these back mounts completely off. They're just like L brackets because it bolts to the playfield and then it bolts to the machine, the mechanism, the L brackets, but the L brackets also use the same nut, screw, as the brackets that hold the back plate on. And we're taking the back plate off. And I want to put those right there. We're taking the back plate off and leaving that here because that has all the switch assemblies on it. And there's no need to bring that with us. I will clean the switch assemblies separate. And we'll just go like that. I'll back over there. And voila! Completely removed. And see how greasy that is? We are going to go clean it now. This is going to be so much fun. I am so excited about doing this. Where's my garbage? Alright, so let's turn you off and we're going to bring you with us. Alright, we got pop target assembly here. I got that in a laundry tub. I don't know how good you're going to be able to see it. I'll try to keep it in your view. Right now I am using this Simple Green Pro HD Heavy Duty Cleaner. I use this on other assembly and it cleaned it up so nice. And this we're just going to use my toothbrush that I used this morning. And when I'm done with it, trust me, I'll clean it off real good. And then when I use it later on, it will still be, nice and clean where I won't have to worry about getting any chemicals in my mouth. But as you can see, despite this light scrubbing here, how quickly that's already clean. So we are just gonna go like that and do every single drop target. The problem is it's probably going to be pretty boring for you. So I think I'm just gonna turn off the camera and get to it by myself. And then once I get when I get to the point where I'm going to rinse it off, I'll turn it back on and you guys can see what's going on. But I don't think there's any use for you really to sit here and watch me clean these, but it's not a big deal what I'm doing. I'm just going over every part, looking to see what's dirty and scrubbing it off. See, just like this. And then I'll put the targets up and I'll clean under there and stuff like that, and you get what's going on. Cleaning off all the gunk up grease everywhere. And then I'll put a really light coating of super lube where it's needed. So we'll shut this off and we'll get back when I'm ready to rinse it off. Just remember how nasty that is, and then when I'm ready to rinse it off, we'll show you. Alright, it's about, close to an hour later. I'm scrubbing this thing really good with a toothbrush. I didn't damage my toothbrush, so once I degrease this and run it off with some hot water, I can brush my teeth with it later. So that's the good part. I didn't damage the bristles, so I can still reuse it. Because you got to keep your teeth clean. But anyways, yeah, went through it really good. Got all the way down up in there and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cleaner way over there in case I need to use it again. We're going to get the hot water going. Hot water and grease don't like each other. So any of the grease I didn't get off by scrubbing, hopefully that hot water will remove it. Plus, once this is wet, it will be hot with the hot water. And I'll stick it in front of the fan. And I think it will dry faster if it's hot. Look at that already. My glasses are all fogged up. Look, I got pretty good on here where I don't have to do any touch-ups. Got a couple little touch-ups, I guess. But overall, I think it turned out damn good. Damn clean. So like I said, this is going to dry for a couple hours before I even attempt to stick it in the machine. Because like I said, I'm going to get this really super hot with the hot water. Shake it off, dry whatever I can off with my hands. And then, yeah, I did good. I don't see anything I'm going to touch up. So yeah, I got that good. Oh, that's filthy too. I got that nice and clean. So what I'm going to do is get it all real nice and hot. Dry it off with the towel and stick it in front of my fan. So it dries, and then once it's dry real good, I put a really light coating of grease on it. Well, I use that Super Lube. I use the Super Lube that's in it looks like a pen. It's in like a pen. It's like liquid. It's not the regular. Yuck, that's chemical. Got a little cough once it's steamy. No, I don't have the Rona. But yeah, I'll just dry this off now as good as I can, as much as I can. And then I'll stick it in front of my fan for 3-4 hours. My fan is in a furnace room. And that blows nice furnace air into my rec room. I have a vent in my rec room, but the furnace room gets so warm, so I leave the door open and I keep a box fan in there, and that blows extra free heat that would normally be sitting in my furnace room, and it blows it into the rec room, which keeps the rec room warmer. So for some reason there's only one vent in there. I think that's super clean enough. And I scrubbed this pretty vigorously with the toothbrush. So if you break your targets doing this, your targets were probably crappy to begin with. These ones are in really, really good shape, except for the design on them. The design is crap on them. But they're 100% functional, and that is all that matters right now to the customer. I asked them to replace them. You know, I'm like I'm redoing your whole machine. Do you want to put? Yeah, man, that smell. I'm like, it wasn't so bad till I got it hot. Then that cleaner has just got a bite to it. I'm like, dude, I'm, in here, I'm going to be cleaning all this. Do you want me to just put new targets in? He's like, as long as they work, no. So they work. So, no. All right, we're going to get this in front of the fan, and then we'll be back in like a second, and we'll be putting in a machine. All right, we're back, so let's get this all put back in where it belongs. As you can see, it's all dried up now and cleaned. We are just gonna get it set back down here. First, we are gonna tighten these up. I don't know why these are loose here, but we are gonna tighten them up. Like I said, there was several screws on this machine that were loose, especially on this thing, and I don't understand why they were loose. All right. Alright, and they're there. Okay, we got our screwdriver here. There's that switch there. So let's get these front ones on first. Usually I'm not putting in all the way. I'm actually putting them in very loose. Reason why, I want to still be able to adjust this. I already went through and cleaned all these switches, which was good. One of these screws in here to keep this up. This is so much fun, isn't it, watching me do this? The good part about it is maybe you can do this to yours now. I'll make sure this operates correctly. We're not already. That's because we don't have the feet on. The feet are necessary to keep it elevated off the play field just enough to keep the targets upright. I mean, not upright, working properly. Why isn't that going in there? There, because I had it on wrong. Okay, and then this one, you gotta put it right behind that. Can you see me, what I'm doing here? Make sure you can see me a little bit better. Da-da-da-da-da. And one more bracket over here. Notice these brackets, they get a bump on them right here. Let's see if we can get right here. There's a bump on them, and well, it's a dimple, and then there's one on here on the body of the targets that locates it. So it's positioned in the right spot. Just going to make sure that that is correct. Yep. Now I will snug it down with this screwdriver just for more accuracy. This I can tell. There we go. Now they're working. Now we can grab these screws here and put our bank screws in. These screw into the play field. And again, I'm not putting these in loose, I mean tight yet. I was like, what is that? These are still, whoop, that's the wrong screw. Where's the correct one? Oh, no. I got one more left. There it goes. It's hidden. Okay. Alright. So this is still loose. So you have to go forward and backward and frontwards and leftward and sidewards. I just want to make sure when I put the targets down, I gotta look underneath. I want to make sure that when the targets drop, they're not bumping into the play field at all. Okay. Needs to go back a little bit. There. Okay, let's see how it is now. Still back a little bit. Is that good? That's good. This side was cockeyed a little bit. And it must have been that way for a long time, because the way these screws are, you can see they're on the wood here, they got a wear pattern where they were sitting for a long time, and you can see it on the wood. I guess you'd call it a witness mark, and you can see how they were off. But also all these brackets on here were loose to begin with too. So that might changed the way it was set. Okay, I like that. Alright, let's get this switch back on here. And this switch went right here. That was what, between 4 and 5 we were talking about before? I didn't even need that because there's the witness mark underneath where you could see it was stained from being there so long. Just leaving that loose a little bit till I can get this in there. One thing we got left to do to this is we will have to flip it back over, get the pop bumpers partially assembled so we can get the wiring done on them. Remember, these will pop up more when it's upside down too. There we go, and that works. These, once it's got the weight off of them, it works better. Alright, last thing, let's take apart these coils with a 9/64 Allen wrench, and we are gonna unloosen these, swap out the coil sleeves, and put new sleeves in. I gotta go close the furnace room door, otherwise it's gonna get loud in here. Otherwise it gets so noisy from the furnace turning on. We don't want to hear that crap. Okay, and these are easy. Let's remove these 4 Allen screws. I'm so used to doing these Gottlieb now, the Williams are going to be strange to me. I like to work back on my Grand Prix again. As soon as this machine is done, that's what I am going to do. Work back on the Grand Prix, and when the Grand Prix is done, I'm either going to work on the preview or the Spanish Eyes. Spanish Eyes I got sold. If I get it fixed, but I still don't know if I want to sell it. So I haven't played it in a long time, and I forgot if it plays good or if it sucks, and I can't remember either way. And I learned that mistake before with my Superstar, that I shouldn't sell games until I play them and then decide if they can go bye-bye or not. But there's games I did like that I did sell, but I'm keeping all the ones that I like the most. So therefore I don't know what I'm selling. Isn't that a conundrum? Did I use conundrum right? If I did, put it in the comments, and if I didn't, put it in the comments. I like to know if I used it right or wrong. But it sounded good. It sounded pretty good how I used it. Sure, if my wife was here, she'd correct me instantaneously. If I use that word right, put it in the comments. But yeah, this is pretty much it for this machine. I still got to do an entire cabinet yet. I haven't got around to doing that at all. Did I do these right? Yeah, it just seems wrong. I did do them wrong. These go into here. Oh, you big dummy. These go this way. Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. How do I know they go this way? Because half this plate doesn't have screws on it. I mean, I'm threaded. Another half does. So this plate's not threaded. This plate is. And you can see there's witness marks here from, see? But the screws are in. There's the witness marks there of the lock washers. Oh, I dropped that there. Luckily it's an easy spot where I can get at them. Kinda easy spot. Will my magnet reach it though? That's the thing. And where did I put my magnet now? I moved it. Let's do this. No, that's not working. Alright, we'll lift that up. And we'll do it that way. Okay, let's get this on there correctly this time. Look at that. Now it tightens up correctly. These I can... What's nice about these coils too is you don't have to hold them tight like on the other ones with the coil stops and stuff. This one's like a self-contained unit, and you can't adjust how tight it is or how loose it is really too much. Just by the way it bolts together. Try to figure out which camera my daughter's going to use, this one or that one, for this part. I think she might use a mixture of them. Alright, that is done. So now this goes through there like that. We know what camera she's using for this one. And you see the blue on there? That is so I can match it back up correctly. That's the one I dropped on the ground earlier. Oh, sure, let's get that back in there. Okay. And one more. As you can see before, when I was doing the banks up with one hand, how it wasn't doing it all the way. That's why there's two coils on each side. That's a long bar to be throwing with just one side. Because as you're doing it, that bar is kind of like flexing like that, so it's not going to get the whole bank. So that way they put one on each side so it pulls it up together. These are all lock washered, so they got to be tight, but not too tight. There. Okay, let's walk around and go to the other side. I forgot to start my stopwatch again. Okay. We're on this side now, and this table's in my way. Get this here, get this here. I know which camera. No, I don't know which one she's going to use. It's what's nice about having two cameras now. She can decide which is the best view she's getting. Maybe that'll help her out a little bit. Move this camera to right where I'm at. So maybe she'll use you. You know what I was thinking of doing too? I was thinking when I do one of these machines, having somebody over local to help me with one of them. I think that would be kind of fun and interesting at the same time. If we could move that like that. Would that be in the way too much? Yes, it would be. I just don't like the fact that these are pointing on the edge. Well, if they're not that, weren't that way to begin with, they're that way now. I wanted them pointing away from the side of the cabinet. Those don't go there, don't they? So if that isn't correct the way they were, it is correct the way they are now. Because that's the way I said they were going. Oh, great. And I dropped the washer too. Son of a... See if I can find it. If not, I'll be digging around looking for the lock washer. And I don't see it. There it goes. I found it. But I can't get at it. My glasses are hitting the thing. There we go. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. What was I talking about? I don't remember. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I'm glad I found it. Either that or I was gonna dig it in my toolbox. Not my toolbox, my not parts bin. Well, I guess it's like I have new stuff. Every time I lose one of these things or whatever, I go to the hardware store, buy a box or a dozen more of them or whatever. That way when I lose them, I got spares. And then when I find them, I throw them back in the drawer or a little box or whatever I got them in. In case any of you guys ever watched my honey video where I lost the springs for a pop bumper, I have never ever found them. That one spring, I never found it. Looked all over the basement, never found that spring. Have no idea where it's sprang into or what. I guess you should put that in a hole all the way. Never found it. I found other little screws and stuff like that, but a spring, that long for a pop bumper assembly? Never. I've not found it. So I'm almost wondering if it got stuck in that honey somewhere, or it just sprung into one of my many boxes of junk that are around here. I did offer my kids, each one of them, $10. They did find that spring. I didn't think they would find it, but I offered them, and I still did it backwards anyways. Look at that. I don't want those against there. Damn it. What we're going to do, we're going to take it apart again. Yeah, I offered them both $10 if they could find that spring. But I looked all over inside that playfield and I could not find it. So I had it on top of the playfield when it rolled off, and nope, could never find it. So that's another reason too I bought extra. So now I got a bunch of extra springs that I got in a drawer, and every single one of these rock washers want to fall off of me. Okay, that one I'm just going to keep right on it. Well, we are going to put you this way now. There we go, put you back there. So now when I put it back together, these wires are going to be over that way. I think they were originally that way. If they weren't originally that way, that's the way we are putting them. On my Grand Prix, I got some wires that are real close to the edge of the cabinet. I can see that they got electrical tape all over them, so I wonder if they originally got pinched when you put the playfield down, or what, or somebody just decided to use precaution and put tape on them. But I don't know. But this side I'd like to keep over on the one side, just because, one, it's not my machine, two, I feel it's safer that way, and three, well, the customer has it, and if he opens and closes it and breaks one of those wires off, he'll be calling me. And this way, if I move them out of the way, he's never going to have to call me for these wires breaking off on him. There. So I don't know if they were pointing this way, but they are going to be pointing that way for good now. And we're going to put these screws in. We're almost done. Once I get these screws in, we'll be done with this video. And I'm going to flip the playfield around and get the pop bumpers assembled so I can get these wires soldered back in over here. And then I can rebuild these pop bumpers and get into the cabinet. There. That's perfect right there. I always tell my wife, if you look up in the dictionary, or what is it, thesaurus, or I don't know, that book that gives you other meanings for words, you look up perfect, another meaning for perfect is mark. She always laughs at that one, I don't know why. Alright, that's all back together. Like I said, this you got to throw the two coils. That's why when I just did this, that one over there didn't. Alright, I don't know why both of my cameras stopped on me. But anyways, the reason why you got the two coils here is to throw both of these, this one bar down evenly so all targets drop and stay dropped. That's why, because this bar is so long, if I push just on one end, if there was a coil on one end, this bar would actually flex. This side would go down and this side would come up, and it wouldn't go down all together at one time. So yeah, both of my cameras just both stopped right at the same time. I don't know what it was, but they both stopped recording at the same time, and then they both turned off on me. But they both got good batteries, so I don't get it. But anyways, this drop target's all done. Everything works perfectly. Or as I would tell my wife, it works mark. There we go again. You gotta do both sides. I'm putting these back at the rest position, so when I flip it over, I don't knock them loose. So anyways, that's all done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and for more videos like this, subscribe to Mark's Basement Arcade. Like the video, because you know my daughter just did a lot of editing on this video. Give her a thumbs up in 3D. And that's about it. Follow us on Facebook at Mark's Basement Arcade. And again, I hope you enjoyed doing this with me, and you were an excellent helper with this. You stayed out of my way and let me have free roam to do this without anybody bumping into me. So yeah, that's going to work perfect, mounting this way so the wires aren't pointing that way. I think they were that way. If they weren't, they are that way now. But yeah, that's it. So I guess that's about it for this video. Later.